So welcome to Jumbo IS and welcome to our lecture series called Daily News in Shorts. In this lecture series, we cover a particular day's current affairs in a short span of time. Now, I apologize in advance because I'm not feeling well right now. I'm under the weather. That is why if the lecture is not of good quality or not to the optimum level, I apologize in advance. The reason is I'm not doing very well. But I will try my level best so that you don't break this continuity of current affairs, okay? And all the day's important current affairs are covered, okay? Now, needless for me to say this, but still I'm going to say this, that you have to revise this lecture just after watching it from the notes provided by us on our Telegram channel. This is our usual announcement. All right then, let's quickly begin today's discussion and let's take a look at the list of topics that we shall cover today. Okay, so let's begin. So daily current affairs, 24th December, Wednesday, and here is the topics list. Number one topic is related to Karbi-Anglong Region, which is in the state of Assam, and there were protests and some people have lost their lives in those protests because those protests became violent. Now, what is this Karbi-Anglong issue? Why were the protesters protesting? Why were the tribals of this region protesting? So we'll talk about this issue, okay? Then next topic is related to LVM3, which is ISRO's heaviest rocket. Well, it successfully launched its heaviest satellite. So ISRO launched its heaviest satellite. Basically, ISRO has never launched a heavier satellite than this. Okay, so we'll talk about this record mission of ISRO using its heaviest rocket. Okay, then topic number 3 is related to successful test of Akash-NG, an upgraded version of Akash missiles, air defense missiles, which were used in Operation Sindoor as well. Okay, and topic number 4, well, recently the courts have granted personality rights to R. Madhavan, the actor, along with other actors as well. So the issue is, what are personality rights and what is the legal framework related to that? It is a rights-based issue, personality rights. Okay, so we'll talk about this as well. So these are the 4 news items. Topic number 1 is related to polity portion of your UPSC syllabus. Topic number 2 is related to science and technology, and topic number 3 is also related to science and technology. And topic number 4, well, polity repeats itself. Polity portion of your UPSC syllabus. Okay, so these are the 4 news items that we shall zero in our attention on. So let's start discussing them one by one, starting with topic number 1, and that is Karbi-Anglong Region. Now, you all know that the northeastern region is full of these tribal regions. Okay, these tribal areas which have been given some autonomy under the Constitution of India. That autonomy has been given so that these tribal areas and the tribals residing in those areas can protect their unique culture, their land, their forests, and everything surrounding that, right? So most of these tribal areas in the northeastern region, including Assam, Manipur, okay, Mizoram, well, they have been kept under 6th schedule of the Constitution. Now, as per the 6th schedule of the Constitution, well, these tribal areas would belong to a particular state. But within that state, there will be a district council, autonomous councils that would be set up, which would be manned by these tribals only. And these district councils or autonomous councils would handle the tribal affairs, the local affairs. They would make sure that these areas protect unique tribal identity. Okay. Now, one such region in Assam is Karbi-Anglong region. It is under 6th schedule. And Karbi-Anglong Administrative Council, KAAC, has been established within the state of Assam to protect certain tribal identity, basically. Okay, they have been given some autonomy. Now, there is some issue. A lot of Nepalese, Bihari, Bengali migrants came to that area and they have been living there for generations and have established property over there. Now, the tribals are protesting against it, but the migrant population who came to that area a few generations ago, well, they are saying that they have legally established their ownership on that property. So it's that dispute. Basically, it is a land dispute. Understand? So let's dive a little deeper into this issue. Okay, Karbi-Anglong region. So what was in the news? Violence erupted in West Karbi-Anglong Kheroni area in December 23, killing 2 people and injuring 45, including 38 police personnel. The unrest stemmed from a hunger strike since early December at Philangvi by 9 Karbi tribals demanding eviction of encroachers. And these encroachers are those non-tribal people who came from other states on PGR and VGR lands. Now, PGR and VGR lands are these protected lands, protected for Karbi tribals, or basically tribals in that area. Okay. So, what is the background of the dispute? So, Karbi-Anglong Autonomous Council (KAAC) established in 1952 under 6th schedule of the Constitution for tribal self-governance. So, within the state government of Assam, for Karbi-Anglong district, there is this KAAC, which has been given some powers. Now, this provides protections on land, forest, inheritance. KAAC holds legislative powers but faces state oversight challenges. So, it is under the Assamese state government, but it has some legislative autonomy as well. Okay. Now, during the British rule, even during the British rule, in the Karbi-Anglong district, there were two types of lands. Professional grazing reserve, okay, which were reserved for these tribals for grazing activities, and village grazing reserve for all the villagers. These areas, PGR and VJR lands, were reserved for Karbi tribals since the British rule. And after 1952, when this area was in the 6th schedule, this area was further protected. Okay. But post-independence, migration from Bihar, UP, Nepal led to settlements on these lands. Settlers claim decades-long residency, and Karbi tribals are saying that, well, this is our area. Now, what happened? Recently, KAAC gave an order to evict these Biharis, UPs, Nepalese, non-tribal settlers. KAAC gave the order. These non-tribals challenged that order in the High Court and Supreme Court. High Court put a stay on this order given by KAAC. So, Karbi tribals are angry that you are challenging our order. What's the point of this KAAC if we cannot implement our rule? And these people are angry. This is going on. Okay. But you need to know about 6th schedule and autonomous councils. Okay. Now, how is Karbi-Anglong governed? So, West Karbi-Anglong falls under KAAC, a 6th schedule body renamed in 2003, granting tribal land protection and self-governance. KAAC holds legislative powers on land, forest, inheritance, but faces insurgency legacy. Yes, there was some insurgency because certain Karbi tribals have been demanding a separate state outside Assam. So, this is one issue. Now, Assam CM's 2023 de-reservation. Now, Assam Chief Minister basically de-reserved. Certain lands were reserved for tribals. He de-reserved that land, except Karbi land, because he knew that Karbi tribal land is a sensitive issue. So, this is going on. Okay, this is the land dispute which we just talked about. Okay, non-tribals are saying we have been here, we bought the property legally, we have been here for so long, for generations. And Karbi-Anglong is saying, Karbi-Anglong tribals are saying that you are violating the promise given to us on independence. Okay, so this is the thing, this is the issue. So remember this 6th schedule and this Karbi-Anglong area. By the way, locate Karbi-Anglong district on India's map in Assam. That is also important because location-based MCQs are also asked, right? Okay. And now let's quickly shift our focus to next news item, and that is LVM3-M6 mission. So LVM3, which was earlier known as GSLV Mark III, is ISRO's heaviest rocket. Now, what is the significant feature of this heaviest rocket? Well, it was designed to launch heavier satellites. ISRO did not have the capability to launch heavy satellites. Okay. So any foreign company which wanted to launch a heavy satellite, or a foreign country, would contact French Space Agency, NASA, European Space Agency, but not ISRO for launching their satellite. So ISRO could not provide launch services to heavier satellites. But with LVM3, ISRO can now do so. And this time around, ISRO launched its heaviest satellite ever. That heaviest satellite is a private American satellite. Okay, but this was ISRO's success. It has launched its heaviest satellite ever, showcasing its ability that now you can contact ISRO also. You don't have to rely on NASA or Elon Musk's SpaceX also. Rely on ISRO. So this is the mission. Okay, so let's talk about few things about LVM3, about this mission, this satellite, and that would be all. Okay, so LVM3-M6 mission. So what was in the news? So ISRO successfully launched the LVM3-M6 mission. Okay, deploying the heaviest ever payload. The name of the satellite was Bluebird Block 2 satellite, which was 6,100 kg, 6,000 kgs in 520 km above the Earth, low Earth orbit. This marks the third commercial LVM3 mission for NSIL. So NSIL is a commercial arm of Indian Space Organization. Okay, it is called New Space India Limited. So anyone who wants to launch their satellite and are ready to pay money to ISRO, well, they have to contact NSIL first. Okay, they can't contact ISRO, okay, directly. So this is the third private satellite that ISRO has launched using LVM3, following OneWeb launches, and this demonstrates that ISRO can launch heavy satellites for cheap. You don't have to spend that much money also. Clear? So about LVM3. So as you can see, this is LVM3. I have shared this in your notes also. So these are the specifications. This is India's evolution. India at one point of time had SLV, then ASLV, then PSLV, then GSLV Mark II and GSLV Mark III. Okay. So this rocket is ISRO's heaviest rocket, and it is a 3-stage rocket. So the first stage involves solid fuel, second stage liquid fuel, and third stage is cryogenic fuel, which means extremely low temperature fuel. Okay. Formerly GSLV Mark III is ISRO's heaviest lift rocket, capable of placing 8,000 kgs to low Earth orbit and 4,000 kgs to GTO, geosynchronous transfer orbit. Operational since 2014. It powers key missions like Chandrayaan 3 was launched using this, and commercial launches, even Gaganyaan would be launched through this. Okay. Its payload capacity is this. Success rate is more than 90%. In fact, quite close to 100%. So it is a very success. It has rarely failed. Okay. Now, about the significance of this satellite, Bluebird Block 2. So it showcases ISRO's capability of launching heavy satellites, heaviest single satellite, largest commercial communication array. So this satellite is a communication satellite which will provide communication, internet connectivity. First dedicated US commercial satellite launched by ISRO for NSIL AST. NSIL, New Space India Limited, AST, the private company. Enhances space economy. So India's space economy would improve. How? Well, India charges money for launching your satellites, right? So India can earn money also. India can export launch services to foreign satellite companies. So this is great. Okay. And let's move on to next news item, and that is Akash-NG Missile. Okay. So this missile, Akash missile, you must have known about this, that when India and Pakistan were fighting post Operation Sindoor, okay, now Pakistan attacked us with a lot of missiles, drones, fighter jets, but we were able to defend against them because our air defense system was great. You remember S-400? But along with S-400, there was an Israeli missile called Barak, and there was an Indian missile called Akash. Now, the upgraded version of Akash is Akash-NG, and it has successfully, it was test fired, and the tests were successful. So let's talk about Akash missiles, its different variants, and everything else surrounding it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So Akash-NG missiles. So DRDO completed user evaluation trials of Akash-NG missile system at Integrated Test Range Chandipur, Odisha, Chandipur, Wheeler Island. The trials validated intercepts across ranges, so it can intercept drones, incoming missiles, fighter jets at different ranges and altitudes, and then they would be inducted in Indian Air Force. Okay, so these trials were conducted for Indian Air Force. This missile, Akash-NG, would be given to Indian Air Force. Now about Akash missiles. So the first Akash missile was developed in 1980s under Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP, whose in charge was Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former President of India and also known as the Missile Man of India. Okay, it was inducted in Indian Air Force in 2014, Army in 2015. Its range is 25 to 30 kilometers, so it can hit targets in this range and can rise as high as 18 kilometers. 96% of the material used in this missile is Indian. So, good news for Atmanirbhar Bharat. Okay. Now, its next variant is Akash Prime. Same range adds indigenous active RF seeker, so it can seek its target on its own for precision against agile targets. And this is the latest upgraded version of Akash. Akash-NG. NG stands for new generation. Okay. Now, what is the significance of this? Benefits of Akash-NG in Indian Air Force. Bolsters IF air defense for vulnerable areas, supports Atmanirbhar Bharat. Clear? This is a table that is shared in your notes also. So these are the three variants of Akash: Akash, Akash Prime, Akash New Generation. Okay, so all of this. And now let's quickly shift our focus to last news item, which is important, and that is, what are personality rights? So what are personality rights? Basically, a famous celebrity has a personality. For example, Shah Rukh Khan. Shah Rukh Khan has a name. Shah Rukh Khan has a face. Shah Rukh Khan has voice. All these things have brand quality. Okay, people use Shah Rukh Khan's voice to sell products. People use Shah Rukh Khan's face to sell products, sell videos, right? And all of these things are being used. But now what is happening is that people are using their personality, these celebrities and their personalities, for without taking their consent. So people are using Shah Rukh Khan's name, Shah Rukh Khan's face, Shah Rukh Khan's voice, Shah Rukh Khan's body, everything to make videos without taking Shah Rukh Khan's consent, number one. And number two, people are using this via AI to create deep fake content as well. Now, these celebrities have said that this is a violation of their right to privacy, and this is a violation to their personality rights, because their personality is being used or misused by other people without their permission. This is what is the basic premise of personality rights. Okay, many actors have taken stay orders from high courts and Supreme Court for these personality rights. Okay, and the latest entrant to this club is R. Madhavan, who became Ajit Doval or Ajay Sanyal in the latest Dhurandhar movie, right? So R. Madhavan took this personality right, took a court order where nobody now can misuse his personality. Okay, so this brings into question, in this age of AI, personality rights, the idea of personality rights. Okay, so let's talk about this quickly. So what are personality rights? Delhi High Court issued an interim injunction protecting R. Madhavan's personality rights, restraining unauthorized commercial use of his name, image, likeness, voice. This reflects because many celebrities like Aishwarya Rai, Abhishek Bachchan, Junior NTR, they also took a similar order. Now, what are personality rights? So, personality rights involve safeguard individual's name, image, likeness, voice, signature, traits from unauthorized commercial exploitation. Someone can't use this for monetary gain. Derived from right to publicity. Okay, control over my personality. I have the right over my personality. Now, there is no law that defines personality rights, but courts through judgments have defined and given personality rights. Okay, now these personality rights, now if you want to seek protection of your personality rights, you have to prove certain things to the courts. Okay, so suppose you want to protect your personality rights, then you have to prove to the court that protection requires, well, that you have to prove that you have some reputation, and that reputation is being damaged by this unauthorized use. Goodwill is being damaged, and someone is earning money using your personality without taking your consent. So this is the thing. Okay, now what is the legal framework? First of all, it stems from Article 21 of the Constitution, right to life and personal liberty, and right to privacy, which is part of Article 21. Okay, then Section 38 of Copyrights Act. A performer, an artist, has exclusive commercial rights over his content. Now, for an actor, their face, their body, that is their art, right? So this is there. Then Section 27, Clause 2 of Trademarks Act. No company can create trademarks using a personality. Okay, I can't create a company with a brand name that is borrowed from a actor, actress, or a celebrity. Okay, and then there are IT rules 2021. So this is the legal framework for this. Now, despite this legal framework, there are certain challenges when it comes to implementation of personality rights. Okay, so first of all, there is no law, there is legal vacuum. Then what about when a celebrity dies? Then can you use their name? Okay, their face? Because if you can, then their family would object. So what is this? Unresolved issues are there. Then in USA, well, there is global contrast. Basically, in USA, there is mandatory disclosure that AI can use your face, but they have to disclose that we have used it. But in UK, that is not the case. Okay, and in many countries. So which legal architecture should India follow? That is the basic point over this. Okay, and intermediary liability. Suppose I made a video using Shah Rukh Khan's face, deep fake video, and I posted it on Facebook. What is Facebook's liability? Yes, I am liable for this, but what about Facebook? Should Facebook be also held responsible for this? Okay, so this is a open question. So these are some of the open questions that need to be resolved, and then a law must be brought about. Then only personality rights can be safely protected in India. Okay, all right. And that would be all. With that, we conclude today's session. So thank you so much for watching, everyone. And I'm sure it has added value to your preparation. But it will add more value if you revise this lecture from the notes provided by us and you are consistent and regular with this lecture series. So in the hope that you'll do these two tasks, I shall take your leave with the promise of seeing you again with another set of news items. Thank you, everyone.